Hi, my name is Andrea. Welcome back if you joined in last time, and thanks for stopping by if this is your first time to the site. Dave and I gave Christmas cards to our neighbors this year. We wanted to let them know we were thinking about them and to wish them a Merry Christmas. We also wanted to be intentional about acknowledging why we celebrate Christmas. So this is what we wrote. The pandemic seems to have taken so much from so many this year. Can't take Christ out of Christmas. While being a good Christmas reminder, our message also provided me with a topic for the new year: grief and loss. Question: have you ever experienced loss? Most times we think of loss through a death, the death of a grandparent, a spouse, a pet who felt like part of the family. It can also involve the loss of a job, a close friendship, loss of your physical health as a result of an injury or an illness, your sense of mental well-being, or the loss of your dreams, hopes, and expectations of how you thought something was going to be. Loss hurts. It can make you feel sad, angry, overwhelmed, and lonely. It can impact your interactions with other people. You may notice you've been spending a lot of time on your own, turning down invitations to do things. It can impact your thoughts. You may find yourself reliving the loss and dwelling on the details. Grieving is a normal response to loss. There's been a lot written on the stages of grief. These can be helpful to validate or normalize what you're experiencing. Here are some important things to remember about grief. Number 1, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. Different cultures grieve differently. Different people grieve differently. The issue may be more about whether our methods are effective rather than are they right or wrong. Number 2, how you grieve may depend on many things: your connection to the person, thing, or situation, your values or belief system, messages you receive from your family about death, loss, and the expression of sadness, and your personality. Number 3, grief isn't necessarily linear. Focusing on moving through the stages of grief may be misleading if you think you can only go through one stage at a time and each stage once. Number 4, expressing your grief isn't a sign of weakness. It's part of being human. Bottling up your feelings can actually make things worse, and getting over it isn't the same as grieving. Here are some helpful tips to consider when you're grieving a loss. You don't have to go it alone. Many people need to talk to a trusted family member or friend. Some consider attending a grief support group or seeing a counselor. Contrary to popular belief, talking about your loss can be a helpful way to deal with it. Reach out if you need to. Grief is a process. It takes time. Considering participating in a ceremony is a way to recognize your loss. This might include having a celebration of life, a memorial, writing a goodbye letter, or creating a new routine. Remember, taking care of yourself is important. It's easy to let those self-care activities fall off, but they are an essential part of caring for yourself during a time of grieving. Eating well, getting adequate sleep, making time for physical activity, connecting with others, and engaging in meaningful activities are all important. This past year, in the midst of a pandemic, it's created a sense of loss many of us have never experienced before. While loss is a part of life, there are ways we can learn to cope more effectively. There is hope. Life holds challenges, but you're not alone. Come on, together we can face the challenges and learn to live life well. Thanks for joining in today. See you soon. Here's an invitation. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, drop them in the comments box below.